The next part which I'm going to start is the stereochemistry of fused rings or bridge ring compounds. Now, when I talk about this bridge ring compounds or this the fused ring compound, they're actually the polycyclic compounds. Now, these polycyclic compounds are actually of three types. We can have spirins. Spirins are those compounds over here, the two rings will be attached in a such a way that they will have one common atom between them. So when you have one common atom between them, they are called as spirin compounds. Then we have the second compound. These are fused or the condensed ring compound. Over here, the two rings are attached in such a way that they have two common atoms between them. And these two common atoms necessarily they have to be adjacent carbon atoms. Now the third type of compound is bridge ring compounds. Now you can see here also I have attached two cyclopentane ring, but look at this. The two compounds, the two carbons which are attached in the ring fashion, they are not adjacent now. Here they were adjacent carbon. Now they are not adjacent carbon. They are across the rings, and now they have a bridge between them. So the common atoms definitely are more than two, and the ring or the way they have joined, they are not adjacent carbon. So they are called as the bridge ring compounds. So polycyclic compounds are divided into three categories. Spirins, two rings are attached with one common atom. Fused or condensed ring, two rings are attached with two common atom, and compulsorily these two common atom has to be adjacent carbon atom. And the third one is bridge ring compounds, where the two rings are attached through more than two carbon atom, but these two carbon are not adjacent carbon. They are across the ring atoms. So we'll start with the first, that is some fused ring compound. And I'll be discussing the most important example here is Decalin. Now, this is a fused ring compound. That means they will have two common atoms which are adjacent to each other. The most important example, this Decalin, is generally present in two forms, two geometrical isomers form. One is a cis form and one is a trans form. So let us discuss the first one, that is cis form. So when I talk about the cis form, in case of this cyclo, that is Decalin, you can see there are two cyclohexane which are attached to each other through these two carbon atoms. These are two common atoms between them. Why this is called as cis? Because the arrangement of hydrogen atom at this bridge head, 9 and 10, they are called as the common atoms. You can call them as bridge head, the bridge between the two rings. This bridge head, the arrangement of the proton, they are on same side. That's why we call this as cis form. Now, to analyze this is a way of drawing a planar form, but definitely we know that the cyclohexane, they don't have the planar option. So what is the another way of drawing this is actual conformation of the cyclohexane. So when I see the actual conformation, we know that cyclohexane is present in the chair form. Now this is a one chair, this is another chair. So when I attach the two rings in this fashion, look at the proton attached to the 9th carbon and the 10th carbon. They are on same side. And since they are on same side, we call them as cis arrangement. This way of drawing, we call it as planar formula. This way of drawing, we call it as perspective formula. This is actually giving you the idea about the arrangement of atom. Since the two protons are on same side in the planar form, we are drawing it with this wedge bonds. Okay. Everyone knows how to draw the Newman projection of the cyclohexane rings. Now I am drawing the Newman projection for this cis conformation. This is your structure. Now exactly understand how this structure is drawn. You are visualizing the structure through here. See, Hmm. This is your visualizing point. So when I look at the molecule in this way, the third carbon is in front of me and the second carbon on the back side. So when I look at the Newman projection, the third is in front of me and the second is back side. So this is third is in front of me and the second is back side. The third carbon is further attached to which carbon? Fourth carbon. So when I'll draw the Newman projection, see this is the way, this part, if you'll see the simple this much part, this is your Newman projection of cyclohexane. This you have studied already in the previous standard. Okay. So now this third carbon is attached to fourth carbon, third carbon is attached to fourth carbon, while the backside second carbon is attached to first carbon. So backside carbon is attached to first carbon. Now I'll come across this bridgehead. So now when I'm visualizing the molecule, the second Newman projection, I will look over here. तो अब मेरे सामने कौन सा कार्बन है? 10th. और बैक साइड पे कौन है? 9th. That's why the first is attached to the backside carbon and fourth is attached to the front side. That is your 10th carbon. 10th is further attached to fifth carbon. And now this 9th carbon is attached to the 8th on the top. You can see it is attached to the 9th on the top. So this is my 9th carbon atom on the back side. So now top carbon is my 8th carbon. ये जो चेंज है ना, ये तुम्हें ध्यान से देखना है, क्योंकि हम जब ट्रांसफॉर्म देखेंगे तो ट्रांसफॉर्म डिफरेंट होगा कंपेयर टू द सिस, और यहाँ पे ही तुम्हें चेंजेस दिखाई देंगे. सो ये 9th कार्बन, लुक एट द अरेंजमेंट. 9th कार्बन H right side down, 1 carbon left side down, and 8th carbon on the top. Look at your 9th carbon, which is on back side. H on the right side down, first carbon on the left side down, and 8th carbon on the top. Now this fifth carbon further attached to 6. तो अब मैं ऐसे देख रही हूँ मॉलिक्यूल को, तो मुझे नेक्स्ट जो न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन दिखेगा वो इस 6-7 बॉन्ड के अक्रॉस दिखेगा. So because of that, 6 carbon will be in front of me and the 7 carbon will be on my back side. So this is the Newman projection for the cis form. Okay, see this. अब मैं फर्स्ट कार्बन से ड्रॉ कर रही हूँ. न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन में यहां से देखूंगी. जब तुम साइक्लोहेक्सेन को देखते हो न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन, यू जस्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन दिस फर्स्ट रिंग. ये वाला रिंग जो है ना, उसके ऊपर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो. आई विल से, लेट अस से आई एम कॉलिंग दिस रिंग एज ए and I'm calling this ring as B. So this is my A ring. So I'm going to concentrate only on this A ring. Okay. So now if I'm looking at the Newman projection for this bond, that is your the second and third bond. So what will happen when I'll draw the Newman projection? The third carbon is in front of me and the second carbon will be on back side. Okay. Now look at the arrangement, everyone here. If you look at this arrangement, this is CH2. So अगर न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन देखोगे तो यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन है और यहाँ पे डाउन पे एक हाइड्रोजन है. ठीक है. तो थर्ड कार्बन पे एक हाइड्रोजन यहाँ पे है. On this side I have which carbon? This is fourth one. So this is my fourth carbon here. And down I have one proton. This is my Newman projection at this second and third. And we know that when I have a cyclohexane ring, every bond is staggered form. तो अगर मुझे बैक साइड कार्बन के लिए ड्रॉ करना है, लुक एट दिस. यहाँ पे अगर तुम देखोगे तो बैक साइड पे क्या होगा, इसका प्रोटॉन एक्सियल है यहाँ पे और एक प्रोटॉन यहाँ पे है. एंड द थर्ड बॉन्ड इज योर फर्स्ट कार्बन. सो व्हेन आई ड्रॉ द बैक साइड कार्बन, this is my proton here, this is my proton here, and यहाँ पे आएगा मेरा फर्स्ट कार्बन. यहाँ तक आ गए. अब यहाँ पे आना है. So when I'm looking at the Newman projection for the cyclohexane ring, तो ये Newman projection के साथ मुझे ये भी दिखेगा Newman projection. So 10th will be in front of me and 9th will be back side. So now I have another Newman projection here. So here the 10th carbon is in front of me, but where the 10th is attached to 4 and 5. See, left side top is 4th, right side top is 5th, and down is hydrogen. Okay, वैसे ही करना है हमें exactly यहाँ पे. तो अब यहाँ पे जब न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन ड्रॉ करेंगे, so this left side top is fourth, right side top is fifth, and down is the hydrogen. Okay, but अभी नाइन्थ वाला चेक करो. नाइन्थ में क्या है? लेफ्ट साइड डाउन is 1, right side down is H, and top is actually is your 8th carbon. तो अभी नाइन्थ वाला कार्बन कहाँ पे है? बैक साइड पे है इसके. तो उसका टॉप पोर्शन कौन है? 8th कार्बन. लेफ्ट साइड डाउन कौन है? फर्स्ट कार्बन. एंड यहाँ पे कौन है? प्रोटॉन. साइक्लोहेक्सेन ए वाला रिंग हमने ड्रॉ कर लिया. अब हम जा रहे हैं बी के पास. दिस इज माई बी रिंग. अब बी रिंग का 9 10 हमने ऑलरेडी ड्रॉ किया हुआ है. 9 10 ऑलरेडी ड्रॉ किया है और 8 और 5 भी ड्रॉ किया है. अभी हमें दो सिर्फ हाइड्रोजन के ऊपर, सॉरी कार्बन के ऊपर जाना है. दैट इज योर 6 एंड 7. तो अब जब तुम ऐसे देख रहे हो, मॉलिक्यूल को ऐसे देख रहे हो ना, ऐसे इस न्यूमन प्रोजेक्शन में देख रहे हो, तो तुम्हें देखोगे इसके साथ ये और ये भी पैरेलल है सब. तो जब मैं न्यूमन प्रोजेक्शन देखूंगी इस बार, तो मुझे 6 और 7 में भी न्यूमन प्रोजेक्शन दिखेगा. So I will have one more Newman projection here. And when I'll have this one more projection, the 6th carbon I will observe. अब जब तुम 6 कार्बन पे देखोगे, बैक साइड पे तुम्हारा 7 कार्बन है. 6 किसको अटैच्ड है? 6 is attached to the 5th carbon down, right? So 6 is attached to 5th carbon down. तो obviously ये वाला कौन है? हाइड्रोजन. ये वाला कौन है? हाइड्रोजन, because it's CH2. और बैक साइड पे your 7th is attached to 8th carbon. This is hydrogen. This is hydrogen. Okay, अब ये न्यूमन प्रोजेक्शन में देखो, जो 9th और 10th पे प्रोटॉन है, देखो ये 9th का प्रोटॉन है, ये वाला, और ये 10th का प्रोटॉन है. Are they on same side? That's yes, cis form. That's why we call it a cis form. Okay, now let's go to the next part. Next वाला simple है. This is your transform, where the two hydrogens will be on opposite side. You can see this when I'll draw the chair form. Previous case का chair form कैसे था? ये देखो, they were not in one line. This is cis form. एक you can say एक concave और convex structure आ गया है, ऐसे bent हो गया ये structure. Okay, but जब हम transform में जाएंगे, the two cyclohexane rings are in one line. Because of this, the proton on the 9th and the 10 carbon atom, they are anti to each other. That's why we call this as transform. अब न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन देखो, वापस वही किया. देखो यहाँ पे अगर तुम जाओगे, if you'll see this, again I will observe the Newman projection across this 3-2 bond, then your 10-9 bond, और वापस 6-7. But इस बार अगर तुम देखोगे, look at especially on this, we'll concentrate on this 9th carbon. Top पे कौन है? Proton. Right side down 8, left side down 1. Look at your back side carbon, 9th one. Top पे proton, right side down 8 and left side down 1. पहले previous case में क्या हुआ था, जब हमने इस पे जब cis draw किया था, तो तुम्हारा 8th carbon यहाँ पे था. This was my 8th carbon. इसलिए जब वो स्ट्रक्चर नेक्स्ट वाला रिंग आ गया, वो बेंट हो गया. अब तुम्हारा 8 वाला कार्बन कहाँ पे आ रहा है? नीचे आ रहा है. इसके वजह से द स्ट्रेट अ फ्लैट स्ट्रक्चर इज ऑब्टेन फॉर द ट्रांसफॉर्म. एंड इन दिस फ्लैट स्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज योर प्रोटॉन ऑफ 9th carbon and this is your proton of 10th carbon. They are anti to each other. That's why it is called as transform of the decalin.